Test 1 2. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Test 1 2. Shalom, Israel. How about Shem Yahushua Barak of Thumb to all my brothers? Yahushua about Shem Yahushua. We're the ISUPK. Start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Start off 1969. We are under commanding General Yahanna, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, Muslims, or any kind of Catholics, a mosque, or any kind of Christian churches. We are not. We're the ISUPK. Start off 125th Street and Harlem, New York, and we here to let you know that the black people we have been in slavery for quite some time now, and the Most High woke us up in 1969, letting you know that. And the ISUPK is the home of the truth. If you're not an ISUPK, you simply just missing out on the truth. You're just not in the truth. So we have we're gonna clap it up for class. Starting off this is a Lashawan Qadash class, which means what? Holy tongue. The Hebrew. If you look at our Hebrew chart, you see the Lashawan Qadash up there on the chart. That means holy tongue. A lot of people get that confused with the Holy Church. It's not. Who we have in class now?
We have Brooke Robinson, here to learn, and we have UPK Shar.
UPK Shar, right?
And Brooke Robinson.
Robinson.
And we have Azura.
Azura, right. How about Shem Yahushua Baraka Thumb to all of my brothers? And Yahushua Alathun by Shem Yahushua to all of my sisters. Those are the salutes that we give to brothers and sisters in Lashawan Qadash class. Here, this class goal is to teach so that you can learn the Hebrew, the written Hebrew. You're only going to get it here. You're not going to get it on the street. You're not going to get it anywhere else. Because Hebrew, the Most High gave us the original language. Here in the ISUPK, I know because out on the street, when I was out in the world, you couldn't get all of these other fake groups, man. Tried to GOCC, IU, IC, and who else? All these other groups out here, man. I can't even name them all, but we're not affiliated with any of them. They're not in the truth as far as we're concerned. So you got to get here in ISUPK to learn the Lashawan is language. Qadash means holy. We're a holy people. Deuteronomy 7:6. That's what you got to understand. We'll read that text in a few minutes here. But what we're going to do now also is teach you. Like last week, we've been going over I think we went on nouns and verbs. We went on nouns and verbs. We went on possessive adjectives. We've gone, which goes on the end of a noun to show you possession of that noun, possession of something like my house or my car or whatever, my horse, and we'll show you how to make that put those extensions on the end of the possessive adjective that comes at the end of a word. And we're doing all this so when you make nice sentences, which we did last week, we went over nouns and verbs, and you have prepositions, which comes at the beginning of a word. Once you learn these ideas and how things are formed, and if you paid attention, because you're going to get in the class, you're going to realize, and man, where do I put the A? Where do I put this? Where do I put that? Well, you learn that all right here under Qadash of 1,000 here, under commanding General Yahanna. And by the way, make sure that when you're in class, make sure you learned that tithe. Make sure you pay your tithe. It's not that much, and since we have the what is Passover, the 57th, 56? I'm sorry, 56 Passover, right? I think it is. Lord have mercy. I think it's a 56. I don't think it's a 55th. 55th last year, I believe. 56. It's the new Passover. I'll get back with you. It's the Passover, and that Passover is going to be in Houston, Texas, at the B&H Ranch, if I'm not mistaken. Make sure you get your hotels. Make sure you get your um, your Passover piece paid. They're $200. Make sure you pay them, man. You get them in early, pay parts of them, and then keep account of it. And then that's all good too. That's what I did. You know, pay a little bit here and put it over here. Put it in rob my piggy bank, man. If I'm gonna rob anybody, I'm gonna rob my own bank. And in other words, I'm using that as a cool a term is to say, uh, you know, get my money out of my little savings there and pay or whatever. I don't perhaps I'm not a proponent of robbing out of your savings or extrapolating money out of savings. Hard as things are, the price of bread and eggs is rough, man. But anyway, just get yourself together, pay your tithe, and pay your Passover fee, okay? And make yourself down to Houston, get your transportation, get your hotel set early before things get outrageous. Okay, so let's get into class, man. Is everybody ready? Now I know everybody got what they got. You got your drink? Yeah, think I got a little bit of juice in there. You can drink. Who we got in class there?
Oh, Brooke is asking when is the Passover this year? It's
The Passover is April the 4th. April 4th, Brooke. Make sure this next year, 2026, is April the 4th. That will be on a Saturday. And of course, usually things start on Wednesday. The you have the Passover, the lamb slaughter, and then you have I think General Hyman's lecture, and then Friday, of course, you have they have night out, they have the black party, and of course they have some kids going on early that day, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, get yourself together for your babysitting services that you'll have there. Uh, and then, of course, Saturday is the Passover. The 4th, April the 4th is the Passover. And of course, make sure if everything normally jumps off Wednesday, get yourself down there and at the right time. And then, of course, Sunday, we have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So make sure you govern yourself accordingly. That's what it is, Brooke. If you have any more things, make sure you call our Captain Natazar on the in the website there, or just call the school or just call me. Anything. Just make sure you get yourself so you get your questions answered. That's the main thing. Okay. So that's when the Passover is, April the 4th. Right. All right. Now, Lashawan Qadash. Any more questions? Let's make sure. And you can ask questions as long as it's related to Lashawan Qadash or Passover or money. Yeah, we talk about them all day. Who else we got?
Rick said, thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah. A yonder bar, that means no sweat. That's what that word means. Like it doesn't, a yonder bar, that means don't speak of it. That's what it means. The bar speaking a yonder bar. It's like it's no sweat, man. It's no, not an understanding. I mean, in other words, it's something that we do. That's what it means. That's why we say a yonder bar. So 18 nations, you got to understand. Let me break this down a little bit further. I believe that was in 18 nations are in, let me see. You got to understand in Genesis, I believe the third chapter. Let me see here. I got to find it. Man, I tell you. When the Lord talks about nations, a lot of people don't realize that we're not supposed to be part of any of these other nations, man. Here it is, Genesis 10 and 5. Let's read this. By these were the isles of the Gentiles. Now, Gentiles in the Bible means nation. Now, it's talking about all of these heathen nations right here. And of course, we'll talk about later how there are two nations that came out of Israel, of course, but we'll talk about that in a second here. It's talking about these are the isles of the Gentiles divided in their land. So you're talking about anybody, you're talking about all of these other nations. Of course, Israel had its nation. We are separate. We're different. That's why the Most High says separate. I've been teaching separate Israel from all these other heathen nations. So let's read it again. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after their tongue, after their family, in their nation. Y'all got that? Let me see. Let me go there. Hold on a minute. Genesis. Let me go to Genesis 25. Uh, let me read that again. Make sure everybody understand this. Uh, yeah. Let me read that from the top. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, and Ham, and Japheth, and unto them were the sons born after the flood. You know, we had a catastrophic flood here. The Most High said we're gonna have to take because our people were trying to that the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians were trying to join themselves with all the other nations. Most I said, we can't have this. So he did a flood. And then of course later on the Tower of Babel. But right now we're talking about this right here. He says the generations of the sons of Noah, and out of that flood that Noah had, he had three sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were the sons born after the flood. Okay, because you got to realize the flood. When the flood happened, you got all of the nations in the world have a story of the flood. Isn't that right? They all have some sort of story of man, a big rain happened and lasted forever. Okay, the sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madias, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dadanaim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, every one after their tongues, after their families, in their nations. See, and the sons of Ham. Now it's talking about the different nations and how they were separated and given their own land. The Most High didn't want them to join us because He's telling you how how we came about and how all the other nations were separated from us. And the sons of Ham, those are the Africans. You know, those are the ones that you what are those? What do you call Africans? Anyway, we're going to talk about them also in this lesson here. And we're just showing you how to spell them, what the history of them also. And the sons of Ham, we're showing you how to spell their name, showing you when you see them in the Bible, you'll understand what you're looking at, okay? Because here's the thing in Hebrew. Hebrew is written from right to left. From right to left. So that's what you're looking here. You're looking at right to left. And you're looking at the Hebrew, the original Hebrew on the chart. You're looking at ancient Hebrew and Assyrian Hebrew. The ancient Hebrew is what the Most High gave us, of course, when the whole world spoke one language, Hebrew. Of course, when we got in captivity, then we still had the same sounds. Abagada. However, in the Syrian language, down at the bottom there, you'll see where they gave us the same sounds, but they changed our language in our form, picture form here. Those all just different pictures of what those sounds sound like. Okay, and the sons of Ham. Now Ham had Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Okay, and we're going to show you. We're going to get into those. And the sons of Cush, Seba, Havilah, Shapta. We're talking Genesis 10 and 7 here. Follow along with me. Sapta, we're gonna get on the board and just matter of fact, have you grabbing your tea, your mayam, or your strong drink, your shakar. Okay, we're showing you how these lands came about, right? And Sapta and Ramah and Sapteka and the sons of Ramah, Sheba and Dedan. Verse 8. And Cush begot Nimrod. Now Nimrod became a mighty hunter. Now under Nimrod is where you get to Christmas, where you get New Year's, where you get all of these holidays. They ain't holy days for sure. And Nimrod would have been with his mother. I think he slept with his mother, wasn't it? and they created um, holidays and so on and so forth. The Bible says, "Learn not to wear the heathen." I think that's in was that Jeremiah, I believe, 10th chapter. That's why the Most High told you to break away from these heathen, because Cush was one of those Africans uh, that caused our people to go astray, and that's what we're reading about it here in Genesis 10 and 8. Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. That means, man of renown, giant. That means he was also a evil human being. That makes sense. And Nimrod, he began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Most High. Uh, Wherefore it is said, even Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, I'm sorry, and Erech, and Akkad, and Calneh, and the land of Shinar, in the land of Shinar. Verse 11, out of that land went forth Ashur, not Asher, but Ashur, and builded Nineveh and the city of Rehoboam and Calah and Resen between Nineveh and Calah. That same is a great city. And Mizraim, which you're going to find out, we're going to show you on the board where that is, began Ludum, Anamim, Lehabaim. Follow along with me in verse 13. Naphthalim and Pathrusim and Causluhim, out of whom came Philistine, and Captoram. And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn in Heth, and the Jebusites and the Amorite and the Girgasites. All these people were enemies. If you notice that when we came out of Egypt, we had to go through all of these people to get through to Israel, where we came from. Okay, and finish reading. And the Hivite and the Archite and the Sinite, or the Sinite, and the Arvadite and the Zimmerite and the Hamathite and afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. And the border of the Canaanites were Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar and Gaza. See, that's where they're over there right now. That's if you want to use that word, Gaza. As thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah. You know what came out of Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Y'all all know. Y'all type in the chat what came out of Sodom and Gomorrah. Out of Sodom and Gomorrah and Admah, Zeboim, and even unto Lasha. These are the sons of Ham. Those are your Africans. Ham, of after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, in their nations. Unto Shem, the father of all children of Eber. That's where you get the Hebrew, okay? We are Shemites. That's where you get us from, okay? The 12 tribes of Israel. The brother of Japheth, the elder, unto him were children born. The children of Shem, Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, Aram. We're on verse 23 now. Because we're talking about 18 nations, so we're going to go over and show you where these nations came from, okay? And the children of Aram, Uz, Hul, Gather, Mash, Arphaxad, verse 24. And Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. Now, in his days, the earth was divided. And his brother's name was Jokthon. And Jokthon begat Almadad, Shelef, and Harzamardahut. Hard to pronounce. Hazarmarveth, and Zerah, and Aram, and Uzal, and Dalah, and Obal, and Abimael, and Sheba. Verse 29, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling was Mishah. And thou goest up to Sephar, a mount in east. Verse 31, these are the sons of Shem, and after their family. Now you notice it says what? after their families. That means the Lord is showing you the separation already. Okay, their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nation. These are the families of the sons of Noah. Okay, after you see, Noah had these three sons right before the flood, and only people made it out of that flood with 8 people: Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and their wives, and Noah and his wife. That's only 8 folk, right? These are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations and their nations. And it talks about in their nations. See, that's why we talk about 18 nations, right? And by these were the nations divided. What did it say?
Nations
By these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. Did it say by these were the nations put together? Keep in mind, by these were the nations divided. That's what you understand. So we ain't got no business going and breaking bread with Ham. I ain't got no business going in there and drinking blood with Ham. And because I think that's what they drink, blood and some dung cakes or whatever. I ain't got no business going in there and eating moo platters with Elam. Nah. I mean, understand these nations. You got to understand what these nations like. You got to be careful when you eat China's food. They got rats, bat, cats, and dogs, and they swear they don't. They've been finding cats in these restaurants anyway. And I ain't gonna tell you what the name is now. That's what I want you to guess here in Hebrew class, okay? But let's read this again. These are the families of the sons of Noah. Those three sons, we came out of Shem after their generations and their nations, and by these nations were the nations divided in the earth after the flood. So that's what it is, okay? So I went through all that so you guys get a good understanding. You want to read about that, you go to Genesis chapter 10. And it tells you about the genealogy of all the nations and the Gentiles. And that's what we're talking about, 18 nations. We're going to match these right here, okay? And I'm going to put them on 4 at a time because there's so many nations. 18 if we get done with all of them. Understand that. So what I want you to do right now, out of Slocky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now just remember, Hebrew reads from right to left. And under here, what do they call these again? This upside down U?
connectors.
Connectors. What kind of connectors, sister?
That one is an independent.
Independent connector. Why? They're called independent connector.
Because the sound is by itself.
The sound that it makes has an independent sound. Now, how do we know that? Because we told it to. Now, under here, these are joined together. Yes, they have like a U that joins that sound and that sound. This language is the ancient Hebrew language. I mean, you can also write this in Assyrian. I just chose the easier one tonight. Sometimes I break into a whole Assyrian class, which loses everybody. And then here's some more sounds. Just make sure you understand from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first thing I want you to do is let's break down what these sounds are. Let's break it down. Let's write it out over here. We're gonna write it down over here. Because I put it in front of these, but we're gonna have to match them. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to come up with what the English version of these are. In other words, that's called transliteration. So you do a transliteration and you tell me what this means with your experience being in class. I went through all of that to let you know that I now want you to work. I want you to go to work. Y'all Hebrews out there and the sisters and the brothers. I already saluted you. I'll do it again. How about Shem Yahushua Baraka Thumb? Yahweh Shemala Thumb by Shem Yahushua. This is where the excitement begins now. So you break out what you know about Hebrew. Because see, if you by now you ought to be able to go past this and know what happens when I join things together. Know what happens when I have things joined by themselves. That's what these connectors. So you have a independent connector and a dependent connector. What sounds depend on each other. So number one, break that down, put it in the chat and tell me what number one is. And we're going to match all of these to what they are because we just read about them. We're going to show you where they exist today. That's the whole idea of 18 nations, okay? These nations exist because you have a lot of nations metamorphing, trying to hide or thinking they're something else. The Bible tells us about who all of these nations are. That's after the flood, when they came off that ship, they had different names, but now we transliterate them. We know people call them French, Italy, South Africa, Ethiopians. Of course, we have more. I just only put four on the board, but that's what people they say. Hmm. Go ahead. What we got?
Oh, the sister says,
Which sister?
Latanya, Frederick,
Latanya Thabawa, I think. Okay. Hell, what's her name again?
I wrote it down.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
It's her name is Thakwawa. Thakwawa.
Okay, she put down.
What you got, Thakwawa?
The first one she put down is Kawash.
Here?
Count out.
Spell that.
Kawash.
Okay. All right. And of course, looking at that right now, and then I want you to tell me after we transliterate all of these, I want you to tell me which one of these names here belong to which one of these nations here. And it may be you may have the notes for it already. It may even sound like something. All right, that's number one. Does everybody else agree with that? Everybody say?
She put her name.
Thakwawa, right?
Thakwawa.
Yeah, Thakwawa. Slap you.
Come on.
And that's the benefits of when you're in class. Just make sure you know that you've been in class, which Thakwawa's had, Hawaba's had, Shar's had, I've had, everybody. Who else is in class? Izara. And when you get your name, put in on that chat right there, and you stay in here for I believe it's 90 days. Yeah, and you've been here 90 days. After 3 months, man, we're gonna give you a name because I'm gonna name you. Okay, you submit it to the captain, and we'll bring that up across our attention in here in South Carolina, and we'll give you a Hebrew name. We'll make sure Shar puts that up on the he puts that in the chat every week, so a reminder of people to stay in class and so they can get their name put in the chat. Okay, all right. Kawash, okay? Does everybody agree with that?
Kind of.
All right. Everybody online agree with that?
Yeah. Brooke put Kawasha.
Yeah. Okay, Brooks. The first one. Okay, Brooke. Here, Brooke. This is what I want you to understand. This W. Once you have, let's reiterate this here. If y'all can hold on to me for a second here. Number one, this is Kawasha. Now, she wants an A on here, right? But Brooke, because I stopped it, it's almost like when you have like this. Kawash. If you put an A there, you'll have Kawasha. But it's Kawash. You have Kawash. Big difference. But you don't need this because of this symbol right here. That is a Hebrew connector. So that means that the after whatever's here, which is there, SH, it has an A, is not needed. Because you have a dependent connector. That's one of the rules, Brooke. Write that down.
She said come.
Right. Con, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the rules is you don't need that ah because you have a dependent connector. When you have two sounds depending on each other, we'll show you where there's some exceptions to those rules, but this is not one. Okay? So break that down like that. Okay. So we're gonna stay with Kawash. Other than that, let's clap it up for both of them, everybody. That makes sense. So we got. Let's understand. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next, and then this we only did half of because we got to match these two. Of course, this is only 4 nations. We're showing you here. The whole point is that you'll find out that all of these nations settle that we just got through reading. They
She said thank you for explaining.
oh no Yahanna bar. That means let's break that down real quick here. Can you see this? Yan Debar. That means like a thank you. Or you can say the water. Or I can say the water. Okay? Now, these 2 words here, Yan Debar. Debar means in itself means to to speak. So this is mean don't speak of it. No sweat. No, don't speak of it. This is like an old links. Don't think about it. This something that I would have done anyway for one of my students, right? Here, the water means thank you, but Yahanna bar sort of means thank you, but it just means no sweat is not to mention of it or not to mention. So when you say Yahanna bar, I'm saying a Yahanna bar, no sweat. Or I would say the water, but I like to say a Yahanna bar. That makes sense? Don't mention it, okay? That's what that word means, a Yahanna bar. When you hear me saying a Yahanna bar, it means don't mention it. Not a problem, okay? All right, we got that down. But just remember, the main thing I want you to end the thog, Izara, Thakawa, everybody in the chat, Hawaba, Shar, everybody. Huh? Yeah, just to understand, okay? So Kawash is one of these nations here. We're going to tell you in a second here. All right, let's get to the next one. I want y'all to break this one down for me. I'm going to put a red line here. This is a hot line here, boy. Okay. Tell me, because see what this is. Lock it. Lock it. That's what the biblical name of what they are is one thing. But this is like the name of what they are. It's like the it's the name of what you would call it of where the Hebrew came from. What they actually called it before it got its name, before it got these names also. Okay.
Okay.
So before it got these names, these modern names, this is actually Hebrew. So I could break it down and say Kawash is one of these right here. But that's what I want you to do. I want you to match it. But before we do that, we got to have them all here. What's this one? Break number 2 down. Y'all go into number 2, okay? Go ahead.
Takawa already has an answer.
She got it already? Takawa on it, shit. Lock it. She on it. Go ahead, Takawa.
Okay. She has KA.
KA.
NA.
NAIN. God damn, that looks right. Anybody else? Let's make sure she is verified. She got Out of number 2 here, she got Kanain. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Make sure everybody got that.
Okay.
Give everybody time to check it out.
Okay. Isra has it.
What does Azra got?
Same.
She has the same. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Mm. Okay, that's we're working on number 2, of course, because we're gonna match all these in a second here. Everybody else got that? What it to me? What you got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it looks right to me. So let's clap it up, man. This word says Kanain. So far we got Qadash and Kanain. So this is gonna look like something here. What in the world? Kanain. What does that sound like to y'all? Kanain. That's what I want y'all to be thinking about. What does Kawash sound like? I want you to be thinking about that too, because that's what the Bible actually calls them. It doesn't call them French, Italy, South Africa, Ethiopians. Of course, we're going to match up to them what they are. That makes sense? All right. Number 3. I guess everybody else has that, right? Who else is in there? I think we have, what's her name?
Brooke.
Brooke.
We have Thakwa and Isra.
Okay, good. So everybody's good. Everybody good. Anybody else had an answer, or do we need to move on? Or
Everybody has.
okay, good. Fine. All right, number 3. Let's go. Let's pick number 3 here. And then after I get finished, I'm gonna put 4 more in there. And y'all give me just a few seconds, about 2 minutes, and I'll slap them up there while y'all take a water break, or a wine break, or a strong drink. Won't take me but a second, so don't go too far if we don't get all of them done tonight. But these are the 18 nations. I've done them many times before. I'm doing this so you guys can understand. So when I start to make more sentencing, then when I use some words in these sentences, you'll say, oh, that's where they came from. Because, yeah. So just keep in mind. All right, what we got next? Number 3. Let's get with it. Let's start thinking.
Okay.
Take your time.
We have one answer.
Oh, they got answers already.
Yeah.
Ah, dang. Y'all ain't driving around this. I should have covered them up with tape. But that's all right.
Okay.
Go with it.
Okay.
What we got?
Thakwa has KH.
K.
And Isra.
K what?
Both of them have the same answer.
K what?
KATHAYAM.
Kathayam. That word is called Kathayam. Where you at? Cause why? One good reason is because we're going to go with what the connectors say. Because if I had these done in Assyrian, y'all have, I did this in Assyrian one year. Last year, I believe, it's a certain month. Man, when I used the Assyrian on these, that's why I try to use the native language on these ancient Hebrew. I had people with all kind of answers because you don't have no guidance. These connectors give you guidance on how to make the sound happen. That's what I think. Okay, so Kathayam, Kathayam, Kathayam. Okay, and I noticed nobody's putting Kathayama. Why? Because these are joined, right? They're joined with what? What's that connector again? A dependent connector. Okay. That dependent connector tells you that one right there. Let me make sure y'all see that. Y'all saw it. I know you did. That dependent connector, when I join two sounds together, and that's what Hebrew is all about, learning the Hebrew chart. Abagada. That's what we went around sounding all day long. Kawash Kanaan Katayam, you know, Atawada, Yanabar, you know, Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Qadash Shamka, Yahweh Malafukata Ba'aratazah. Haya Bashamayim Tananawa Lakam Kalyawam Wasalakinawa Kawapinawa. That's how we talked all the time. Sound like we were getting ready to bring the apples from the tree, man. Wasalakinawa Kawapinawa. And that's how I want you guys to be able to talk in Hebrew, right? So that's where we at. Ka Ta Yum. Independent Ka. Now there's more than one Ka. Okay. There's another Ka sound. CHAA. That ain't the one we're talking about. How do we know that? Because that don't look like it. That is not, that's a backward C with a little bow in the middle. That ain't look like that little step ladder over there. That's what that looked like to me. I mean, we had to learn these, man. You know, we had to learn these by heart. You know, me and Shar, we've been in class with Shar. Just that fat. He ain't playing around. Last one by the beer. Hey, I got drunk. Now I'm just joking, y'all. I got my beer. Who the last one said that?
Did you have to buy it?
All right. But there it is. Anybody else say where we at?
Number 3?
Yeah. We good, right? So that's what that is. Katayam. And of course, what does that sound like right here? We'll match it up.
Okay.
All right, what's the last one? The last one, number 4. Tell me the last one, then we're going to match these up, all right? Talk to me. Slack you. What y'all think? The last one, come up with this one right here. I like you guys to do your own transliteration. I'm not going to do it for you because if you do your own transliteration, then I know you got it. You know you have you've experienced it yourself. See, I went through trouble of reading all of that, so you'll know that these nations exist and they exist on this map now out here in the world, you know, and the Most High wants you to be called from among them, you know, get away from these other nations, man. Well, Donald Trump don't mean you no good. You know, he's got harm written all over that, you know. So let you know that the children of Israel is only one of these nations. And so far, I will tell you, they're not on the board. The children of Israel, I didn't put them on the board yet. That's us. But these are the other nations, man. What we got? Let me know when you got the answer. Somebody got a hand clap right there. Who got that?
That's laughing emoji.
She's laughing at yeah. Yeah, that's Abagada. Hawazaka. And that's how you remember them. So, and as you say them, you'll memorize the picture. It's like saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. It's the same thing. 26. By the way, how many characters are there in the Hebrew characters? How many are there? Put that on the board while y'all doing this breakdown here of this last number 4 here.
Okay.
How many?
Azra has the answer.
What she got? What Azra got? Okay, go ahead.
All right. She has GAMAR.
Okay. Make sure. Slock it. Make sure everybody verify that. That's what my point. Let's make sure. We're gonna wait a little bit and make sure everybody verify that because I want to make sure everybody knows when we're doing transliterations. I try to do transliterations every week, and no, and regardless of what lesson we do, so to make sure you understand. You know, so y'all make sure. Y'all go ahead. What we got? Anybody else?
Not yet.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's make sure. Let's verify. See, she said GAMAR. Let's verify that. Let's make sure. What you agree? You agree with that?
Got it.
All right. I ain't gonna tell you what I think until the last one in. Okay. I mean, this was not a contest of the speed. It's just, not right now anyway.
Dr. says,
Taco wow. Okay.
she says, Salakia said my signal is bad.
Oh, okay.
And she's on Facebook.
I got you. I understand, Taco wow. Let's do the best you can on whatever you are on Facebook or YouTube. I think we pick up both channels, don't we?
Come on.
Okay. All right. Either one, Taco wow. Appreciate you being in class. Right. So, Gamar. Okay. We got him. I agree with it. You agree with it?
Got it.
Okay, let's clap it up for everybody in class. He's right. I agree with Gawar. Gamar, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
All right, let's match him up here. Let's start with, let's say, we can take them out of order. Let's go with Gamar. Which one do you think, Gamar, is this country? Because it helps you when you write them down in your notes and keep a good tab of them. Gamar. What's Gamar? Anybody? What y'all think? Gamar sounds like a word like, I'll tell you what it sounds like. It sounds like this word, Gomer. Like Gomer. That's what Gamar sounds like. And that's okay. That makes sense. Gamar goes with this one right here. Right there. Gomer. So from Gomer, we get the word Gamar is the Hebrew. Gomer is the sound. The sound is Gamar, I'm sorry. But typically it would be called Gomer. Okay. But nowadays they call it France or French. That's where you get the words like au revoir, or oui oui. Je m'attire. Hell, I ain't no French nigga. I pick up some stuff. Anyway, French, Gomer. That's where we get it from. All right. Let me stay with the Hebrew. All right. Y'all got it? All right. So what's the next one? We got that one. Okay. We got that one. All right. What's the next one? Let's go with Canaan. What in the world is Canaan? What does that sound like? Canaan. Anybody out there? If I said Canaan, the land of Canaan, that help you? The land of Canaan. That makes sense? Yeah, something like that. The land of Canaan, or the land of y'all got it yet? Or the land of, can we say this one? Where? What is it? Canaan. Yeah, that's right. Canaan. Let's make sure. Or we can say a word like this. How about if I use this word? You remember when the children, let's go right here. The children of Israel, that's us, the 12 tribe. the one that came from Shem, I'm sorry. Damn. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. When we came out of the land of Egypt, it ain't on the board yet. When we came out of Egypt, the Most High was sending us to a land of Canaan, which is Canaan. Jeez, I got that up wrong, don't I? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, Canaan. That ain't right. That's not exactly the one though. We'll leave that alone. Canaan. The land of Canaan actually is in Israel, but they call South Africa now Canaan. Okay. Back then they did, but that's not the one that's over in Israel. So we'll leave that alone. Okay. Canaan. It's not the same Canaan as Canaan. That's South African. So the land of Canaan. I mean, it's not a land of Canaan, just Canaan or Canaan. Okay. Let me make sure I got that right. I know I got it right. The land of Canaan is actually over in Israel, but when you say Canaan or Canaan, that's South Africa. Big difference. Lock it. Okay. All right. So we got that one out of the way. Okay. Okay. What about Kawash? Kawash. What does that sound like? Kawash. All right. That would be the Ethiopians, right? Kawash. Wait a minute. What do we call that? Slocky. Kawash, or you would call it Kush. Slocky. Kush. Okay. The Kush. When you say Ethiopians, that Haile Selassie and all of them over there, we dead now, but all them people over there, Anwar Sadat and all of those, they people. If you look at Anwar Sadat, he was dark as I am, man. So when we hit out amongst the Kushites, we did that because we were dark. We're dark people. It's easy to do, you know. That makes sense. There you go. So Kush or Kawash, that to be the same as Kush. That's where you get this from. Okay, now we got one more which is left, and that's Kapayam, and it can only be Italy, right? So the Italians, where they are now, who anybody ever been in Italy? But that's where this is. Okay, Italy, and that would call it, like when you see the Bible says the ships of Kittim, right there. That's where you get that. And of course, in the Bible, I can pick up examples of all of these and find out to match their actual biblical name right here. Kawash, Kanaan, Kathayam, okay, and Gamar. All right. That's where these come from. Everybody got that? Y'all understand?
Oh, yes.
Go ahead. You got it? You good?
Yes.
All right. I'll let that stay on the board for a second, and then we're gonna there's my second. Now we're getting ready to go into another 4, but I think I might, let's see, I might do some, yeah, we're going to 4 more, have y'all match them up. But since y'all like this version here, we'll do maybe another one. Let's do this one right here real quick, okay? It won't take but a second, so give me 1 second here real quick here, okay? All right. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Yeah, okay, I got it. Yeah, let's do this one right here. Let's do this one. Won't take but a second. Bear with me here. Uh, oh, flock. Okay. One more, almost done here. See, got it done faster than you thought, right? Okay. There we go. Right there. Okay. All right, let's transliterate these real quick here, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and instead of writing, yeah, I guess I can do that. I can do that. Give you an idea so you get maybe you guys have some idea of what's going on here. There we go. Just like that. And the last one will be here. Okay, so instead of putting that word, I'm just going to put Esau. Then I'll explain it to you. Okay? Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and put it up here. This is so called white people. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, I'll explain to you what that is. Now match those, but first you guys gotta come up with there you go. Sloppy. It only took a second, didn't it? Okay. There we go. I put those in red so you can see them a little better. There. Okay. Somebody got it?
Not yet, sir.
What you got? Shit. Yeah, right here. Ass re-up. All right. Water. Okay. There we go. All right. Four more. And of course, to reiterate, we're talking about the 18 nations. And of course, to come across, you have to match they out of order here. So we got to find out what is your transliteration right here, so we can figure. You got number one. Let's do number one first. 2, 3.
Thakwa has an answer.
What you got?
And Azra has an answer. Okay. First one is AHRAM.
All right. AHRAM. AHRAM. Okay. See, even through my sloppiness of writing, y'all are able to understand. Cool. Good. All right, everybody have that? AHRAM? Hmm? Let's make sure everybody got that. Everybody? All right. All right. What does this say? Aram? Aram. So we got to use Ram. Aram. So we got an independent sound here. Then we got what? We got two sounds joined together here. A rum or an M. So that looks right. It's not ram, but we talked that Aram. Va ga da. Hawazaka taya ka la ma na sa qua ra. So ra and ma rum. By itself, so that looks right. So all the time you're using those sounds here in the Hebrew to make this sound happens. Aram. Okay? And you're using what? Hebrew is written from right to left, right? And we have how many? Did we ever say how many characters there are in Hebrew? All right, how many? While y'all thinking right now, tell me how many characters there are in Hebrew. I'm liable to pull a quiz on you at any time. This is just like, tell me about it. How many characters are there? The Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew, and then tell me how many characters there are in the Assyrian. That makes a big difference. You know that 26 alphabet in this heathen language here in America. When America, it's one of these nations' languages also. Okay, all right. So, but Hebrew has an amount too. Let's see if anybody can get that in there. So far, we have Aram. That looks right. We're going to verify that. But tell me how many characters we got up in here. Okay. Talk to me. Oh, Slocky. Get out of the people's way. They can see that. Good. A bigger screen right there. Just a bigger screen for a second. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. All right. Anybody put on there how many characters there are?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Well, keep transliteration anyway. Let me make this look right because this don't quite look right. I think this was like that. Boy. I did something might be wrong here. Shit. Wait a minute. I have think maybe a misspelling here. Let me get it straight. Okay.
It's an answer and Brooke has an answer.
Yeah, let me redo this one here. Okay. Right here. Y'all may have to do this one again. I'm not sure. Here, wait a minute. Let me check that one. I believe I get a wrong spelling there. Yeah, I got it right now. Okay, I'm Salakia. Salakia, y'all. Go back and change this one. Number 2. Whatever I did wrong, I'm sorry. I left out a character. I apologize. Let me trim this down a little bit for you. Yeah, okay. Salakia. Here. Now, Salakia about that. Y'all get mad at me. Y'all check this one out again. I messed that up. Okay? Salakia. Don't get mad at me. But I did mess that up. I was going real fast. Gotcha. Okay, y'all do that one over. I mean, it's on me. Disregard whatever I had up there before and redo this number 2 again. Salakia.
Everybody says 22 characters.
22 characters? Okay, all right. That's right. 22 in the ancient, and I'll go ahead and give you that one since I messed up there. That's true. You're right. 22 in the ancient, and there is 27 in the Assyrian. Assyrian has 22 plus 5 extra characters. Those extra characters are ending characters. Okay, the ending characters are ka, mana, pa, and tazah. They occur at the end of every Assyrian word. They have to be because that's the ending characters, the 5 extra. However, the ancient Hebrew don't have ending characters, as you see. They have Hebrew connectors, in which I messed that one up. So number 2, redo number 2 again, okay? Salakia about that. I think they can see this. There we go. Every once in a while I make a mistake. That's one of them. Okay. So do that one again. We're giving y'all time. Salaki. Salaki about that. I mean, I didn't do that on purpose. It was an accident. Salaki. Okay, so like as to reiterate, we're working on number 2 here. With Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yahanna, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. That's what you got to understand. Officer of 1,000, Lashawan, Officer of 1,000, Kazakh Shapar, teaching Lashawan Qadash. Lashawan means the holy tongue, and Lashawan Qadash. Tongue is Lashawan, and holy is Qadash. Okay? And that's what we're here to show you. We're the only one in the world that has this chart right here. I'm pretty sure myriad of people have copied off this, and they'll tell you so bad till they can't even know how to use the chart. Mm-hmm. That's how. Anyway, y'all understand. But here we are. You only get the teaching of this class by getting to a certified person here at Lashawan Qadash. Don't learn from nobody else. They're just throwing charts out there. No. They're throwing charts out here trying to be whatever. But get into class and learn under the men and the ISUPK. That's the only way you're gonna get it. Okay. Anyway, anybody come up with number 2 yet? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Salakia for that. I made a mistake. Go ahead. What we got?
Fakwa says Ashkenaz.
You spell it. I want you to spell it.
Salakia. AHSHAKANAZ.
Yeah.
AHSHAKANAZ.
Okay. All right. I'd buy that. And Carter, if you break it down to me in symbols that go together, like AHSHA, Shah, KAN, or KA, then NA, then Z. That helps me greatly. You know. All right. Anybody else got that? I spelled it right that time. But like somebody else, who else got it?
So far.
That's so far we just got one person that's got it. I believe you. I believe you. Okay. Anybody else? Just one person? The quad, only one? What about yourself? You got it? Okay. You got AHSHAKANAZ.
Yes.
That's Ashkenaz. Okay, we're gonna get into that in a second. All right. That looks right. Okay. That looks right. Let's move to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I don't have that A between the H and the K. I think I got that wrong.
You don't have the A?
I have AHSH. No A there.
Yeah.
I don't.
Really?
I could be wrong.
Well, let's see. I believe I know it's right.
This.
Let's look it over. Maybe I have too much here myself. I don't think there is, come think of it. Jesus. It ain't. That's cause it ain't no A there.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that looked kind of long. So it's not. It's here. This is how the word is really spelled. Like that. You told me there was an A there, right?
This sister has an A.
Yes, I'm just telling you whatever you said. I just wrote it down.
Kind of. I don't know.
Okay, so gotcha. Yeah, that's an exception in this rule here, only because normally you would put an A there, okay, but there isn't. All right,
Okay.
and I wrote it down. Uh, oh, I know why. Yeah, that makes sense. There ain't no A there because there's no A here after this sound here.
Right.
After this, yeah, I changed it. I messed that all up because I changed it. I'm sorry.
The independent connector.
That dependent connect. Yeah, no, I messed up. I did that wrong. But if you look at the connectors, I went back and changed them. I know this is right. That dependent connector here threw out the A right here.
Yeah.
You drop that A. That A gone.
Mm-hmm.
The A that would have been right there. I just wonder if something wrong when she wrote that down. When you told me A, something didn't look right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, when you got ah here, and that Shah that takes out whatever A would have been there. So it's just SH. That's the whole point of having connectors. But you wouldn't have known that. It's not your fault, Aqua. You wouldn't have known that unless, because I went back and changed it on you, so there's all kind of errors there that I made. That's on me, Officer Zakshapur. I did that wrong. Slocky. It won't be the last time I make errors, sister. I'm telling you. All right, everybody got that right now? All right. Oh boy, I tell you, I made that mistake. All right, let's get. We ain't gonna finish all the nations, so we're gonna finish these stuff. All right, let's do it. Talk to me. What about number 3? Let's work on. Anybody else got that?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, let's work on number 3 then. That looks right. Ashkenaz. Okay? Yeah. Only because I changed it, and I apologize to you. I ain't changed your entire spelling. I had to add that Shah and add a whole connector there to change it. Slovakia. All right, let's go with this one right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Takawa has the answer.
Takawa has an answer.
Kind of, I don't know.
All right. What you got?
She's got AH.
AH, right?
DA. WA. DA.
Start over.
AH. DA. WAM.
Okay. Like that.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Everybody else got that?
Only one answer so far.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of time to do 18 nations because of the actual, it takes a lot. Okay, because there's a lot of nations going on here. But we're going to explain these here. All right, go ahead. Everybody else still dealing with number 3 here?
Okay.
All right. Number 3, Shanya, right? Yeah. Shanya, Gawaya. The third, 3 nations. Number 3, I'm sorry. We're at number 3. Slovakia. Okay. Yeah. The 18 nations named today, man, and this is what they're called today. Of course, their biblical name is something different, of course. And that's what we're after. This is based off the biblical name right here. That's what these are. And that's what we're uncovering here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everybody got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That looks right. Yep, that looks right. Izara.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Brooke. And Sharon, everybody.
Izra, Taqwa, have an answer.
Mm-hmm.
And
they got that answer?
Count out of 1.
Okay. All right. Okay. Everybody got it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What's the last one here? Let's work on number 4 here before we reveal what the biblical names. That's what we read out of Genesis.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's nothing.
Mm-hmm. When we read Genesis 10, man, we wrote all those nations found in Genesis 10. Go ahead.
Brooks just wanted to say she's paying attention. She's just dealing with.
Oh yeah. I understand. I got it. I got sis. I got you, sister. Cool. Yeah, I got you. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, now we here to teach you, no matter what. Take care of your responsibilities. You know that's number one. All right. All right. What we got now? We got this last one, and they're not necessarily in this order here. I just wrote them down purposely out of order to match them, so you won't think that this goes with that goes with that goes with that. I know people, they'll look at them, and I kind of like picked them out and like this, So you really got to guess what they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's for your memory, right? Okay, the last one here. Work on that one. All right. Let me get me a little bit more brew here. Lock it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
We have one answer.
What we got?
This is Takawa.
Go ahead.
AHSHAWAR.
Oshawa. Really? Okay, that looks right. And the good thing about it is, make sure I spelled it right too. The Lord knows. What is that? Okay. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so has everybody else got that?
Only one answer. So
One answer? What about your answer? What you think?
I have the exact same answer.
Okay, good. So that's like a good reason to have it right. Because people are busy. I know they have things they got to do. They're busy opening up the other bottle of Yahanna, and carving the steak, taking care of their out of wine. I know, I understand that. But anyway, let's clap it up for class right here, right? Yeah, I'm right. All right. So the first one we have is Aram. What do you think Aram sound like? Aram. What does that sound like, man? Aram. 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 What does that sound like? What does that sound like to you? It sounds like this. It sounds like this word. Aram. Because that's what the name comes from. And but the actual name is Ahram, what we just spelled out. That's the biblical name right there. Did y'all know that? The biblical name is right there. Uh, Not the biblical name. I'm sorry. The biblical name is here, Aram. But in Hebrew, it's spelled like that. That's where we get it from. Aram. The biblical name I put down there in red. Aram. Okay? But of course, in Hebrew, it spells like this. Okay, y'all understand that one? And the biblical names, will sound like this in the Bible, Aram, but we know we spell it like in Hebrew, Abagada. Aram. Who is our Syria? Syria is right above where Israel is now. It's right to the north of there, Syria. I think one of their presidents has vacated there. He ran, tucked tail and ran, man. Started bombing him, got on out of it. I can't remember his name. But anyway, Aram, Syria, okay? Syrians, okay? But Aram, all right? That's where we get that from. All right, let's go to the next one here. Ashkenaz. Ash, right here. Ash, which in Hebrew by itself means fire, okay? But anyway, it's just Ashkenaz. Okay, so where is that up here on the board? Ashkenaz. Right here. Ash, Ka, and then Naz. So Ash put together it. You take off the A or the Ah sound. You don't need that at all. No A and no H, because this connector tells you to stop right there. Ash. Okay, so you just have a sh sound. Ash. You put together these two. But anyway, and then you have Ka by itself. Ka. That Ka right there. Then you have Naz, N-A-Z. Ashkenaz, okay? So who is Ashkenaz, man? Who you think that one is? Ashkenaz. That's those people. You ever hear the Ashkenazi Jew? Them right there? Anybody hear of the Ashkenazi Jew? That's what we have right there. Ashkenaz. So we have a word like this. These Jews here, these fake Jews, they are not the real Jew. I believe it's in AZ or Ashkenaz. Let me see. Let me make sure I got this spell right. Ashkenaz. Those German Jews, Ashkenaz. Yeah. Ashkenaz. Like this. Spell that right? Oh. Lock it. Ash. A-H. There we go. I know I still spelled that wrong. I know I did. There we go. Now we got it right. These are your diabolical people that wear those hats and those little beanies across their head. That's the Ashkenazi people. Those are not your people. Those people live in Israel now, but they are not your original Jew. We can get a text on that. You'll look at Revelation 2 and 9. Matter of fact, let's find that right quick. Ashkenaz, okay? Let's go ahead and just find it. Let's find out where that is, since we're reading text here. Revelation 2 and 9. The Lord's going to talk about us first, then it's going to tell you who these people are. It's going to talk about us, the original Jew. The Bible says, I know thy works. It's talking about us, man. And thy labor, we do, and thy patience. You got a lot of, Israel got a lot of patience. We've been in slavery so long. Our labor, we've labored so much in slavery, man, and we're laboring right here on this earth. And thy patience, and how thou canst bear them, which are wait a minute. That ain't what we want here. Slakia there. Let's go to another text here. Slakia. I could read all the way down there, but let me cut this right here. The Lord is talking. Jesus. Christ is talking here. I know thy works and thy tribulation. There we go. The Lord knows the works that we've gone through and the tribulation in which we've been tribulation through, right? He says, and poverty. You can be no more in poverty than what we are. Okay, especially when Donald Trump's pulling out all of the government vouchers and things that black people normally would get. And that's what the Bible's talking about right here, and all of the monies that really belong to us anyway from all the labor that we've done anyway, but yet they're taking them away. Okay. Anyway, it's the Bible says, Revelation 2:9, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty. We're in extreme poverty right here on this earth, man. But thou art rich. The Lord said we're rich because we have all of this word, all of the Bible, all of the brotherhood, all of the sisterhood. The most important, we have the God of heaven, who's our God. We have Christ who's coming back to salvage us. You can't be no more richer than that, man. Eventually, this is going to be. It says, I know. And then it says, thou art rich. And then it says this, and that's a conjunction. What's your function? It talks about these people, Ashkenaz. Okay. But it's talking about them. Okay. I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews. Follow along with me, Revelation 2:9. The Bible states the blasphemy of them that say they're Jews. Now, a lot of people, you won't get this from the Christian church, man. You ain't gonna get that in there. You ain't gonna get none of this out of that. It say that they are Jews. The Bible says another conjunction here, and or la'ah, or and or not. But they're the synagogue of Satan. That means they're Christian churches. They're beanie hats. They're walls that they worship at. The Bible says they of Satan. Their father. That's their father, Satan. And are not. Let's read that again. I know that works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. It's talking about his children, the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel, which we're talking about here. One of these 8 nations are us. They ain't up there on the board, but it's not up on the board. But we're showing you the blasphemy of these Ashkenazi Jews, the fake Jews over here that don't know, that that think that they're us. Okay. But thou art rich, the Bible says, talking about us. And then the Bible calls them, I know thy blasphemy. It's a blasphemous thing for a man to go and perpetrate the people who are really of the book. You stole our manual. You stole our book, and you acted out. But you're not going to be able to keep that. The Bible says, I know the blasphemy, the wicked, despicable thing that you tried to do by enslaving us, Ashkenaz, of them which say that they're Jews. They go around and say they're Jews. So they call it, what's the person that call themselves to say they are Jews? Somebody put in the chat, when they say they are Jews, what are you really saying that when you say you're Jews? If you're not a Jew or Yahweh's people, then you are a Jewish, right? So you see somebody go around talking about they're Jewish. Oh, I'm Jewish, because they know they can't say that they are Jews. So they say they are Jews or Jewish, and they're not, but of the synagogue of Satan. That's what they are. Yeah, we get that right? They are the synagogue of Satan. That's the family that we're talking about here, Ashkenaz. Those Germans, Ashkenaz, and of course, people all over the world have joined them, man. And even Israel. I mean, they're living over in Israel now. Ashkenaz, they got America helping the people that live over in Israel now. Fake Jews. What we got? Comment?
Azra said Jewish.
Jewish. Exactly right. Clap it up for it. Exactly right, Azra. They Jewish, they wish. But that's who these people are, Ashkenaz. And what do we call them? Ashkenaz, right? Ashkenaz, a German. That's what this word comes from, real. Ash. Adawam. This word right here, Adawam. Who is that? Who's Adawam? Anybody? We only got 2 more people up here. They can only be them or them. Adawam. Who is that? Talk to me. Ah, anybody? Y'all put in the chat who this is. It's only going to who is this? Is a the out are they? We're gonna give you two choices. Adawam, Ashawar, or that's these people here or these people here. So-called white people or Syrians. Who is Adawam? That's number 3. Adawam. Which one? Just put in chat which one you think it is. What's another name for them? I'll let y'all put it in there. What's another name for these Adawams here? We'll give 3 names for them. Y'all tell me about them. See if y'all don't see if these names are right. How about this? How about this name? How about these? Idumea in the Greek. How about that? How about that? How about all that? But I know they will enjoy that. Right?
Mhm.
I'll move this down some. Just like that. All right. How about this? Y'all agree with this name here? These so-called white people here. That's what they call so-called white people, but they're really not white at all. They're red. Esau, Edom, Idumea. This is what they call them in the Greek. Esau, Edom. They came out red. We'll find it in Genesis, the 25th chapter, okay? Do I need to read about it or are we good on that? We good on it, right? So-called white people, Idumea in the Greek, Esau. That name right here is Adawam, which means red. That makes sense? Anybody got something?
Azra said Esau.
Esau.
/white.
That's right. What you say? Good. Clap it up for it right there. Damn right. Esau, Edom, Idumea is Greek for that same word. And of course, that's what they go around. And if you find anybody, all these nations, a lot of people think that they're not Germans. Yeah, the French. I'll just name a few of them. I'll name a few of these so-called, right? Let me name a few of them. French, Russia, Greek, German, Spain, Italy, and so-called white people. They're all, and especially the German Ashkenazi, because he's the one just came from the cave up there. But they all did. And then they went as a melting pot and came to, I think they came across through Greece and came across through Europe. Okay. They should have stayed up there because the Most High, that's where he's gonna end. The Most High is gonna take these same people, these so-called white people. They're the ones that had us in the slavery for all these years. And of course, Ashkenazi, these they joined with the Arabs, and we're gonna get into that on the next class. But anyway, so far, the Idumea, Esau, Edom. Those are so-called Jews, right? They're not us, man. And the last one is what? Ashawar or Assyria, okay? Ashawar or Assyria. And Assyria, if you look on the chart, they call them Ashur. And not to be mistaken, Ashur. Make sure I got that spelled right. No, that's 2 S's. It's like, okay, like that. Yeah, Ashur. Not to be mistaken with our people at all. Our people is very much different than that. Okay. So, although these people came out the same womb, Esau, Edom, and Idumea, so-called white the same womb as we did. Okay, they're Edomites. Okay, and they can't, but they're not the same people as us. They're Edomites. Slacker. Um, it came out the same womb, and of course that's Shem. We all of Shem, right? And of course these people of Shem too. These people right here, Assyrians. That's if I'm not mistaken, are they? And Assyria and Aram. These people come from Ishmael, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and Ishmael would have came out of Shem too. Okay, but they're not our people. The Most High separated all that. Esau, let me read that. Let me read that here for people who won't misunderstand that, man. Let me read this real quick so y'all understand. I probably read it before, but let me make sure y'all understand out of Genesis 25, so you'll understand where that came from. Okay, let's just read it. Let's read it here real quick, because Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, his wife. Now Isaac is our people. Isaac, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Of course, we come from Abraham's seed through Isaac through Jacob. Okay, none of these people did. None of them. All right. So, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah. Rebekah was his wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padarim, the sister of Laban and from the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord entreated wife. In other words, I wanted a child, right? The Lord treated him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. We're going to show you where Esau came from. That's what we're doing right now, okay? Okay? I'm going to show you where the two uh, we came from and where Esau, Edom came from, right? And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? In other words, if I'm struggling, why is this God a struggle here? If this is supposed to be a choice, blessed baby here coming out of here. And she went to inquire of the Lord. In other words, she said this. The Most High said this, Slakia, Genesis 25:23. And the Lord said unto the two nations, right here, and 18 nations, two nations. That's the children of Israel, and Esau is going to come out of that womb. Two nations, okay? That's what it's saying. In other words, Gawaya. All right, Akkad, Shanya, Gawaya. That's two nations. That's what it means. Shanya, Gawaya in Hebrew. Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people. What does it say? Two manner. Two manner means different. Two manner of people are separated from their bowels, right? Two manner means that you ain't the same as us already. Let's finish. Let's read the conclusion of the whole matter. The Bible says, two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other. We're stronger than Esau. We're stronger than Esau, Edom, Idumea. Okay, we're stronger than them, right? Than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger, right? In the end of all things concluded of the matter, Esau came out first. He's going to serve the younger, which is Jacob, right? And when her days were delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in the room. They're the fraternal twins, right? The first came out, and they already this. The first came out red or Adawam. Red all over like a hairy garment. So when you see Esau, it's red all over like a hairy garment, right? I'm pretty sure Becca looked at the baby, probably wanted to drop it. Like a hairy garment, and called his name Esau. Okay, and after that came out his brother, and the hand took hold of Esau heel. Now they didn't describe the color of the brother because they didn't have to, because he's a brown man like me, right? Took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was Jacob. That's us. That's where the 12 tribes of Israel come from. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Of course, that's another story. We can read up until that. We can get to this point with Jacob, right? Jacob, because this is the story of Isaac and his son, right? So-called Jacob. And Isaac was 3 years old, right? So Isaac had Jacob, and that's where we come from. Through that lineage right there, Abraham, Isaac, then of course Jacob. That's what this is, Jacob and Esau. This is the story of Jacob and Esau. Separated twins from the bowels, was 80 years old. That was 60. 80 years. So it's like Isaac was 80 years old. I'm sorry, that's 60. And the boys grew and Esau was coming on it. But anyway, that's where it came from. That's where the story came from. And the Bible says they were separated from the bowels. So we are not even part of them. The Lord separated them. A lot of people say, what do you mean? And I just read it right here. It's after the first game. Here, let me read it. I'll read it right here. It says, and he said unto her, two nations. That's two nations. Two nations, that's two different people are in her womb. This is a miracle, right? The Most High said, look at what? Two nations? Two manner of people? That means two manner means that you ain't part of us. You ain't gonna get nothing from us except for a whip across the back. Two nations are in thy womb, and two manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other. The Lord's doing the separation already right there. And the elders shall stir the young. So y'all got that? Y'all got it. So we clap it up for class there, so we understand, right? Everybody understand that? Like and share the class. Officer Exotic Park. Like and share the class under command of Johnny Yahanna. Make sure you pay your tithe and offering right. And just remember the 18 nations. We're going to finish this 18 nations next week. And we're going to go over things. I'll change it up even a little bit more. And we're going to clap before the class, man. Clap it up for the class, man. Y'all understand that? Everybody have any questions? Let's break it down, right? So just let you know that Esau ain't no kin to me. I put him anywhere. Y'all understand, right? Y'all understand that, man. You know, the Most High. Let's get ahead and read some announcements here so y'all understand that. Unless y'all have any more questions here, okay? We might finish up 18 nations. We may go to something else, but the point I'm making, let's see. I got it right here. Let's see. Got it. Okay. All right, let's read some announcements. Got anybody having any questions in there? Okay.
Who says great class to water? So.
All right, let's clap it up for class. Like and share the class. Make sure, okay? All right. Exactly right. Okay. We are the ISUPK. Start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the new brother and sister. Which a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in the particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Okay? Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8, and 10, which means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'asharah, 10% of every penny, or of the increase the Lord and the Most High gives you, right? Give to the Treasury Department of teacher, priest, foreign free will offer for the priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Uphold the convocations. Let's see. Uphold the convocation. Be the feast of dedications called Hakanaka, 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, Sunday, the 14th of December, 2025, for 8 days. You find that in First Maccabees 5, 8, 52, and 61. Okay. All right. Remind Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board. And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants. Make sure you pay your tithe and offering. Make sure you get your Passover feast in uh, to the appropriate school from which you are school you belong to. Make sure you or pay it online. It's $200. Okay, but make sure it's paid. Let's clap it up for class. All right, we're gonna stand and salute. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. All right. Ma'am Shabbat, Majid, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Atham, Yamata, Sar, face the sisters, Ma'am Shabbat, and Majid, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Alathan, Bashem, Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shema, Yahweh Shai.
Yamata, class dismissed.